Triple M Breakfast, Rosie, Will, Daisy, and what a pleasure, Mick Molloy. How are you?
Hello, welcome back to me.
Yes.
Great to be back on the House of M's on breakfast on Triple M with my favourite people in the world who I've worked with on many occasions. Apart from you, Daisy, where have you been?
Yeah, it's a fair assessment. I often get that intro. Where have I been? And I'm not one of your favourites. So thank you, Mick.
Front bar? Has Daisy been on front bar though?
I have been on the front bar.
Yes, he shot it out of shot the lights out. It was great. There was so much raw material, so much to discuss. Not many players have breached the chasm and played for both Carlton and Collingwood. And you, sir, are one of the few. There should be a march for you one day a year.
I do appreciate the fact that on that show that you actually did some research, not just to clip it yourself, but as a show, and figured out that I'd left my football bag at the George on Collins Street after my last game because I went straight from GMHBA in a limousine to a nightclub and they presented me back with my footy bag,
you got your bag
including
back?
boots, stinky mouth guard, stinky jocks and everything.
And it should be behind glass in some kind of AFL museum. Yeah? It would be just
Well, you were
perfect.
the original trendsetter, Dale, because that's what Dusty Martin does with his car.
They should leave now. He's finished, all done, all dusted. They just should buy his car and just leave it in that car park forever, and people will come and pay homage. I always thought with Farlap, you know how they've got Farlap in a museum.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know, got stuffed. They should put it at Flemington in like gate 14. Just for all the other horses when they jump, just look over and there's Farlap just sitting there like Chautauqua.
I mean,
Not moving.
this is probably going too far, but is there a way that we could do it like, where you can race against Kathy Freeman at the museum, or you could could we get Farlap on some sort of contraption where the other horses are kind of chasing Farlap?
Oh, that would be good. Well, so we put Farlap on a lure.
Yep.
And have greyhounds chase. Yes.
And you go starters, gates, racing, and Farlap takes off. And in every race, you've got to see where the other horses finish in proportion to Farlap.
That's right.
This is Triple M Breakfast. Rosie, Will, Daisy. Mick Molloy is with us. Front bar is on tonight. 8:30. Bob Murphy will be joining you. Sam Pang, is he back now? Has he had his sojourn wrapped up?
Well, obviously he's been laying low since that performance.
Oh.
But I know. I haven't seen anyone look that stiff since Ben Cousins on Dancing with the Stars. That was one of the...
Yeah,
I
I mean,
mean,
it was one of those things, wasn't it, Mick, where you're like, it wasn't just Collingwood who couldn't go back to back.
That's right. The degree of difficulty was very high, Will. And thank God people underestimate what a great invention canned laughter is. So that was there to save the day. He welcome him back. I mean, you can't do it. He should have drip tray Larry Imger, which is a segment on our show. He should have done it. I can't believe he didn't. But he is back. Bob Murphy's back. And, of course, there's going to be a lot of Carlton talk. Carlton getting me through the week at the moment. At the end of that game, when they put the camera on the crowd and they had close-ups of kids crying, I went, that's why I go to the football. That's what it means to me to see them turning on the waterworks, calling the ambulance, and then losing control of their own destiny. And that's what I love about Carlton. And they've really powered into the finals, haven't they?
What about everyone's whinging about Cozzy Lives? Is Mixed Multi back on the front bar tonight?
Mixed Multi will be back.
Oh.
I'm afraid.
That's why everyone's
I
complaining.
can't give you too much because I haven't put it together yet. Do you know sometimes on Mixed Multi, I'm actually writing that during the ad break.
I'm not surprised.
Well, how dare you, Rosie? Bit lippy from you.
Yeah, well,
You up and about. No, the multi will be back. Bob Murphy's back. All the usuals back. No Richmond talk. I don't feel there's anything.
hang on.
How are Fred and Lenny about
Quite
Richmond? Are
true.
they
Yeah.
okay?
They've dropped off.
Have they?
Do you know what? I remember taking my boys, it was a couple of years ago, to footy, and the first time I took them to the MCG and Richmond lost, and at the end of the game, because they're 11, right? And at the end of the game, they said, Dad, what happened? I go, what do you mean? They go, we lost. I said, they had no idea that was a possibility
Yeah.
because they had been
Never
there
seen it.
they had never been over a 5-year period to the MCG to see Richmond lose. And I had to explain it to them. I go, well, boys, that's a possibility. Why? How? Where? Dad, no. So the walk back home, which went via 5 pubs in the Richmond area, I explained to them that they can't all be winners. So we're looking good. What's the draft like, Daisy? Tell me what the draft's like.
The draft is good. You guys have got so many picks, your boys could get drafted, so that's a positive. Only if they cut back on that drinking that they did post-game in that story then. But no, apparently it's a deep draft. So 6 picks inside top 20. You guys will be back up the top in no time.
Well, let's do it. Sometimes you've got to cut off the branch to save the tree, whatever that means.
Is that your way of saying you'd like to leave the show now?
Okay, all right. We'll wrap it up then, I guess, Mick. You can catch the front line tonight on Channel 7.
What time's it on?
8:30 allegedly.
And what channel?
Channel 7, the home of Cane
Oh,
Corns.
Home of Cane Corns.
Oh, yeah.
I beg your pardon,
The
boys?
home of Cane Corns.
New
well,
recruit to the
that's bad
7
news for
Network.
Andy Marr. That's very bad news for Andy Marr. All right.
Beautiful.
Thanks, mate.
Thank you, Mick.